Hey, what is up, everyone? Geezer here, back with a new game, Astronarch. It is a roguelike autobattler, which seems to be like the new flavor. I've seen a couple of these floating around, and this one is pretty entertaining. I played one run through just to try it. It seems pretty difficult. Um, I don't really know much about the game, so we're just gonna dive in and see what happens. Let's see, library. Okay, so yeah, anything you encounter or experience, you can see what the items and stuff are. So if you want to plan runs later, then that's how you would do it. But let's jump in. So when you first get in, you're given, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10 heroes you can choose from, and you get to pick 3. And based on the number of spaces, I'm assuming you can add more later. I'm not really sure. I didn't get through the first round, so we will see. The first run I did, I used a gladiator, cleric, and warlock because I'm a sucker for healing, and I thought maybe that would work out. Would be pretty cool with the warlock as a finisher, because it heals itself a whole bunch when you kill enemies or when allies die. Didn't wind up working out. I think the warlock might be some kind of weird, maybe mage tank or something for that regard. I'm not sure. And the tips in the game said that every 1 defense is effectively 1% more max HP, I think is how it worded it. I'm not really sure. But I have not tried some of these others, and one of the big things is that I felt like I was lacking was any kind of DPS whatsoever. The cleric doesn't really do a lot of damage, deals 22 damage to a random enemy when you heal a hero by any means. Unless you get items that heal heroes, you only have your spell, which does not go off very often. And he just, I mean, I guess he does 45 attack damage, but his speed's 1.8, doesn't seem to attack very fast from what I saw. Actually, I guess it's not the worst attack speed. I don't know. It was okay. It didn't feel great. The healing was very minimal. Then again, a lot of the enemies reduce healing, so it didn't feel super great there. Paladin has a lot of defense and gives a shield to everybody, which is basically better than a heal in a way. It starts to drain itself after a couple of seconds, but I think I'm going to take the Paladin. Paladin seems really good. High HP, high defense, pretty low speed, 1.9. I think the higher the speed, the lower your actual attack speed. Just guessing based on these, since the assassin is 1.5 anyway. Let's see here. Gain hidden. While you have visible allies, you cannot be targeted. Okay. Your attacks poison your target, dealing 10% attack damage every 3 seconds. Okay, so 5 damage every 3 seconds. That's not super great. You target the back row first while in the front row. You put it on the front and he can hit the back row. Makes sense. Silence is pretty good. If your target is defeated while it's silenced, gain a bunch of MP. And silence drains MP from the enemy. Okay. Berserker. And then you have all these unlocks. Oh, I see. Use 3 potions in 1 combat or defeat the game once. Okay. I actually never read any of these. Defeat an act without visiting a merchant or defeat corruption 1. Okay. I'll unlock them when I unlock them. I'm not gonna like try to do it. Let's see here. Juggernaut also attacks really slow. He stuns, but bosses and elites, from what I've seen, cannot be stunned, so it's like not actually that exciting. He also stuns, kind of a similar situation. Burn seems good, and I'm assuming burn stacks. I don't know for sure. Yeah, detonate any burn effects on your target. Yeah, you know what? Let's throw in the Pyromancer, because this guy causes burns when he attacks. So when it says adjacent, it means, so there's 2 4 squares, and adjacent is anything in the same 4 square, regardless of what you hit in that 4 square. So you and all adjacent heroes gain shield will be everything in this little 4 square. I get to pick 1 more, and it seems like a lot of DPS. His attack's not super high, but super defensive, and he deals burn damage. 14 damage over 10 seconds isn't a lot, but the the Pyromancer can pop it more often, and Again, presumably that stacks. I'm not actually sure, though. So we'll want to get him attack speed if that's the case to increase his damage. Maybe I'll try the Assassin. High damage. We'll just go for like a dot build. Is there anyone else with burn in here? Deal 60 damage to all enemies. AoE's nice. And an additional 25% attack damage and stun for... Oh, you know what? That's a lot of damage. Let's get that guy in there. That Frostmancer in there. Attacks against you, your attacks, and your active ability have a 50% chance to apply Frost. He doesn't attack very fast, but he does reduce speed, which... Reduce it by 4%. Assuming they have speed of like 2.0, I don't know if 4% is really a lot. I don't really know how any of these stats work, so it's hard to say. Hard to say. Wild Mage. Deal 50% attack damage to a random enemy 4 times. Cost 5 less MP each time it's used. That seems pretty good. And then at the start of combat, gain a shield equal to 25% of your max HP. 162, holy cow, okay. Each time your shield is depleted, deal 50% attack damage to all enemies. I wonder if shields stack? Oh, that seems actually really good. Maybe we'll throw Wild Mage in there instead. Because he gives shields, and then whenever the shield runs out, it deals AoE damage, so that converts the shield into more damage. You know what, let's try that. Screw it. Greetings, heroes. Do you know why you are here? This is the day of the Astronarch, after all. Astronarch? Centuries ago, it was foretold that an evil would enter the realm, and a group of hidden guardians would surface to defeat it. The guardians were said to be born of the sky, and thus became known as the Astronarch. Who are you? A friend. I sense the day of the Astronarch was upon us, and traveled here to guide you. There's more to discuss, but time is fleeting. Let's make haste. Oh, I see. You can change what you're looking at. Cool. Oh, and you get a buff at the beginning. The last time I did reduces the cost of active abilities by 15%. I don't know what the cost of their active abilities actually is. I don't know if it's their MP. Like, is their MP the cost? If so, reducing the cost of active abilities seems arguably one of the best. I mean, 10% max HP only gives them, like, what, 65 extra health, 75 extra health? I mean, that's a lot of health, I guess, but it's only really, like, 1 or 2 attacks most of the time. Increasing defense by 15%. I mean, there's items that give more defense, so maybe it winds up... I don't know. I think reducing cost of active abilities seems super strong to me. Alright, so then you have these, this map. It's kind of similar to, it's like Slay the Spire-esque. And that you have different lanes you can go down. Whatever lane you're in, you can jump up or down to other lanes. But if you're, I'm pretty sure if you're in the bottom lane, you can't jump to the top. Like, you have to climb your way up there or whatever. And then they have different types of monsters in each one. So the ruins, the barbaric reptiles, and constructs of the ruins are known to ward off intruders with their stalwart defenses and ability to use a target's own mana against them. So it seems like anti-magic to me. The forest, many creatures of the forest have grown accustomed to heavily armored travelers, bypassing their defenses and slowing any attempts at healing their wounds. That one kind of screwed me. I went, the first time I played through, I wound up doing a lot of matches in the forest, and it absolutely stomped me into the ground. However, I don't have any healing. I have shields, and I don't think it affects shields. So, and then the caves. The caves are home to creatures who seek those strongest in health and speed, and have evolved over time to combat such targets. I believe in the caves they do a lot of % max HP damage, which seems like anti-shields, anti-high health. Probably not where I want to be. Let's just go with the forest. So in the beginning, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. There's not a lot you can do. You get these targeting arrows that tell you what you're going to hit. You can look at your opponents and see what they do. 850 HP, 1.8 attack speed, some pretty low defense. Basically, their damage per second comes out to 100, which is pretty high, all things considered, but there's only one enemy, so it probably won't be a big deal. His abilities: Entangle, attacks reduce your target speed by 3% and apply Ruin, which is healing effects received are reduced by 60% for 10 seconds. I mean, they absolutely destroy healing effects. And then his ability Lash deals 90 attack damage and applies 90 bleed over 10 seconds, so 9 damage a second. To everything in the pile. So if I don't want to get completely blown up by that, I would move someone. However, my Aegis applies to everyone in the area. Bleed ignores defense and shields, though, so now that I think about it, I mean, this guy's just going to fall. I don't think it'll matter too much. I'm overthinking it a little bit. yeah, from 6 effects. So it looks like burning does stack. It doesn't make it obvious how much burning they're taking, but it does stack. Flawless victory, we get some morale, we get some gold. Morale is basically anytime one of your units gets KO'd in a fight, you lose 1 morale. The most you can lose is 3, because if all 3 get KO'd, the monster runs away, and you lose a bunch of items or item options. So naturally, we don't want that to happen, because we want as much item options as possible. At the end of the fight, we get to pick a reward, and there seems to be a pretty wide array of rewards. So Hag's Hex Bag, plus 15 starting MP. At the start of combat, reduce the attack and defense of all enemies by 20 for 4 seconds. That seems pretty good. And they're also standard rarity colors. Orange is like legendary. Usually doesn't have stats, but usually has really powerful effects. Actually, I don't even know if they're called legendary or epic or whatever. I'm just so used to calling them that from other games. Purple is the next rarest. Usually pretty powerful abilities as well. And then your green items are usually kind of just straightforward stat boosters. Champion's Guard, 50 HP, 5 attack. Attacks increase your defense by 2. I mean, we can make our Paladin more tanky. Well, you could give it to someone else as well, but actually the Wild Mage attacks pretty fast, so it wouldn't be horrible to give it to the Wild Mage, because he could pump up his defense pretty high. At the start of combat, deal 50% attack damage to all enemies and apply Frost. If I had the Pyromancer, I might, or the Cryomancer, I might consider that one. 10 attacks, pretty good, but it only applies. Let's see here. Well, applying Frost 1 time guaranteed to all enemies seems pretty good, and dealing 50% attack damage. I mean, I can deal 30 damage to everything by slapping that on the Pyromancer. That actually doesn't seem that bad either. Is it better than Hex Bag, though? 60 MP, 71 MP, 78 MP. I want this guy to start casting as often as possible, because the more times he uses his ability, it costs less each time. I'm assuming that's for that combat, because it'd be pretty busted if he could just turn into an absolute machine gun later, but let's see here. Reduce the attack and defense of all enemies. I don't actually know what defense does. Can I? Is there a way to look that up? I mean, there's an item library. Oh, it's common, rare, and ancient. Okay. You can see events and potions. Click items to view upgrades. Where's an item with like defense on it? Oh, it just shows me the upgraded one. So I can't actually see what the stats do. That seems like an important thing. What's this? I don't know. Good for storage, bad for your back. Okay. I guess we gotta decide if we just want... I think Frost is probably fine. I don't know if 4% speed reduction is any good or not, but it seems fine. 10 attack. Yeah, you know what? You know, I'm going to go with Hex. I'm indecisive. I can't help it. We're going to put this on the Wild Mage. We want him to start popping off as quickly as possible. At some point, yeah, I definitely want to hit like a Merchant if I can. The Elite battles are hard from my experience with them so far, so we'll see how that goes. But for now, I'm fine with the anti-healing. Anti-healing, every point of defense increases your effective HP by 1%, yeah. This guy, let's see, for every bleed effect and apply a bleed effect. So basically every attack he does more and more damage, and then he can call another ally if he reaches 122 MP. Seems fine. Yeah, easy enough. Single enemies, if they're not elites, are generally pretty easy to deal with, it seems like. Gain 3 morale. I don't know if morale actually goes down over time as well, or if only when you die, but... Soul Slicer. Plus 5 attack, plus 5% speed. Attacks deal 100% additional attack damage to your target if they have any shield. I don't know if the enemies run a lot of shield or not, but 5% speed seems pretty... Oh, here's 10% speed. Attacks have a 20% chance to stun your targets for 25 seconds. Okay, and the first time you are reduced below 35% max HP, gain a shield equal 10% of your max HP and heal for the same amount over 10 seconds. And it comes with 100 HP on it, which doesn't seem bad. Or you can just take the gold. 20% chance to stun your target. Who has the fastest attack? That's the Wild Mage. I guess we're just going to stack up on the Wild Mage here. Is 5% speed? I wish I had a way of looking to see how that would affect him, because I want to know what it changes his speed to. Actually, this has 10% speed on it, so we'll see. Its speed is currently 1.6. Oops. What? That was weird. No, give me the item back. Yo, where'd my item go? Oh, put it right here. Okay. I accidentally dropped it. Alright, 1.6, and then his speed becomes 1.4. So 10% speed drops it by 2. His speed is 1.9. If we put that there, it becomes 1.7. So it looks like it's a 0.2. 10% is 0.2, so 5% is 0.1, presumably. So I don't know what Frost being a 4% reduction does, but I don't know if it rounds up or what. Anyway, continuing on. Events can sometimes be good. Sometimes they're just battles. It's kind of like every other game like that. But I kind of want to farm up some items, so I'm just going to do another. Sometimes it can give you upgrades and things like that. Events are usually pretty solid. Mass Beast, I haven't seen this guy before. A lot of HP, a lot of attack damage, and he poisons, and he speeds himself up over time. But his starting speed is really bad. Like, really, really bad. And he's targeting our tank, which is fine, although his poison ignores defense and shields and never expires, and that is pretty dangerous. But we should be able to blast him down, hopefully, quickly enough. He attacks really slow. We've got the burn and stuff. It's a lot of DPS. We have a very high DPS build. I don't know if it's the highest you can get, but it seems pretty high. We don't have any healing. We have some shields. Alright, more morale, some more gold. For every 50 MP you expend, heal the weakest hero for 100 HP over 10 seconds. Interesting. I mean, 100 flat HP, it's 10 HP a second. It's not super great, but like a little bit of healing doesn't hurt. Attacks deal additional damage equal to 15% of your defense to all enemies. To all enemies. Ooh. 15% of your defense. His defense is really high already. That might be worth it. Plus 35 starting MP, plus 5 defense. I mean, that just makes the Wild Mage. He would have, what, plus 50 starting MP, so he can start off and just, like, Wild Burst right out the gate, making his subsequent Wild Bursts cheaper. That might be worth it. I would like something like this kunai. It seems good. 15% of your defense, and it has plus 10 defense, so you have 60. So we'd be doing about, like, I don't know, 7 or 8 AoE damage. That may not be worth it. May not be worth it. I think this is just better. Brain Sage is cool too, but oops. Throw that on there. Pull up the map. Alright, we'll grab this, and we'll probably grab the event afterwards. See what happens. Little Mushroom, Spore Spewer. Instead of dealing damage, your attacks apply a poison. Holy cow. Wait. Your attacks apply poison that deal 40 damage every 3 seconds to your target and any adjacent enemy. That is bonkers. In that case, we definitely want to... He's targeting him, so we want to move these guys to their own little pile because we don't want them taking poison right away if we don't have to. Oh, is that actually not as much damage as it seemed? It seemed like it was. I guess it's only 40. He does have a lot of HP, but still. Alright. Oh, we can pick up that kunai now if we wanted to. What else we got here? Primal Thirster, plus 10 attack. When your target is defeated, gain 10 attack and 10% speed for 4 seconds. 10% speed, we'll drop that down to like 1.9, which is not super exciting. And the 10 attack, probably not great. Heal, 2% max HP every 2 seconds. Could maybe be worth it. I don't know, that's like what? Not a lot of HP. Or gain a little bit of gold. Oh, we also get a health potion. All heroes heal for 400 over 10 seconds. Nice. Nice. Your attacks deal additional damage equal to 15% of your defense to all enemies. You know what? That's probably worth it. Is it worth it? No, I want this. I want more speed. We're going to throw this bow on our paladin here. Let's try this event. Alright, let's see here. Heroes discover an ancient and ominous altar. The inscription reads, "A boon befalls those generous in life and body." Talar, the caged devil. There's a small well built into the altar. We can receive an upgraded item, and all heroes bleed uncontrollably next combat. I don't know what that means. I don't know how much you bleed. It doesn't say. That makes me uncomfortable. Destroy, receive an upgraded item. All heroes have reduced healing next combat, lose 4 morale. The reduced healing doesn't really matter to me. 4 morale, we're pretty high on morale. We might just do that. Or gain 5% speed next combat. That can be a pretty nice one if it was like right before a boss or an elite. Let's put the map here. If we take the merchant, our next combat theoretically is that. I'm just going to take the upgraded item. Yeah. What do we get here? Plus 20 attack. Your attacks deal an additional 60% attack damage to a different random enemy. I mean, his attack speed's really low. Sure. I like free items. With their combined strength, the heroes flip the altar, cracking it in two. They are able to reach into the well beneath and fish out a reward. As they pull out the item, the well erupts, bathing them in crimson. I only have 98 gold. Some items are cheap enough. Like, I think common items are around 50 gold. We could take a peek. We could just go to the normal battle. I think we'll go here, and then we can hit the elite battle. Try that out. Actually, 98's enough to hit a lot of these things. Nice. Okay. You can upgrade items for 100 gold, which I don't have enough. Well, I mean, we could sell. If we have things in here that we don't need, we could sell them. 22 defense. Dang. 50 HP, 10 defense, gain 1 negate, which prevents 1 negative effect, which could be good. Wait a minute. Plus 15 starting MP. Your active ability increases your speed by 10%, and this guy wants to spam his active ability. And he basically will get to free cast it. Yes. So we're going to move this over here for now. That seems really good. Apply Frost to a random enemy every 2 seconds. That seems really good too. Can I buy both of those? If I sell something, I can. What's this sell for? 20 gold. The 20% chance to stun isn't that great. It only being 20%, you know, 1 every 5 attacks. Only stuns for half a second, and you can't stun bosses. So we're just going to toss that. Is that enough? It's 100. Yeah. I didn't even look at this. Reduce the speed of all other heroes and enemies by 15% every 2 seconds. Huh. That's actually kind of cool, too. I don't like that it reduces the speed of everything else, but that's cute. All heroes gain 20 attack and 15% speed for 6 seconds. It seems like pretty good for fighting bosses. Something like that. Reduce the speed of all enemies by 40% for 6 seconds. Okay. Well, your active ability increases your speed by 10%. Comes with a bunch of starting MP. Yeah, we're buying that. So now he has 35 and 15 makes 50, 65, and it only takes him 60 to cast. So it's a little bit wasteful, but that's okay. Because it's a little bit wasteful, maybe I throw it over here. Throw one of those over here. And I want to buy this one as well. Apply Frost to a random enemy every 2 seconds. Actually, his ability going off doesn't really matter that much. Deals 30 attack damage and detonates burn effects. So if they don't have any burn effects, it's not that crazy if it goes off faster. So maybe I don't need... The Frost seems insane, though. Like, free Frost every 2 seconds in addition to the Frost I already have. Where's that Frost I already have? Wait, is that what I just sold? Wait. Did I make a mistake? No, I sold a stun, right? Wait, who applied? I could have sworn. Reduce the attack and defense. Do I not? Oh, maybe I didn't take the Frost one. Maybe I'm just imagining things here. That's okay. You know what? You can have this. Apply Frost to a random enemy every 2 seconds. It's one enemy, but if it affects bosses, maybe it's pretty good. I don't know. Top to the map. Let's try out this elite battle. I don't want to overthink this too much. The Ancient Defender. Alright, Ancient Defender, immune to stun, disarm, and silence. Yes. They're all immune to stuns, disarms, and silences, I'm pretty sure. Fracture. Once defeated, a roaming sentinel appears, gain 2 negate. Okay. Well, it's once defeated, and the roaming sentinel's not that big of a deal. Fortification Protocol. Deal piercing damage to all enemies equal to your defense. Gain 10 defense. It's all enemies, so it doesn't matter which packet we're in. He has a lot of defense and a lot of HP, and he increases his defense even more. But we are a DPS build. We should hopefully be fine. The AoE is not going to matter much because there's only one thing to hit. He also starts with 2 negate, which is unfortunate. But the burn should eat through that, so... And actually, it's going to automatically negate, like, the frost and the other one. That's fine. Whatever. Not a whole lot of, like, positioning or anything here that matters, so we'll just go. And he has enough HP that maybe we can watch our machine gun wild mage pop off here. What is this? Oh, ruin. Okay. This guy. Okay. That guy can like stun or whatever. He doesn't do a lot. Ability orb. Drop on a hero to improve their active ability. That's sweet. Alright. I never defeated an elite. I wonder if they always give that. Because that's pretty bonkers if they do. Let's see here. 50 HP, 5 attack. Attacks increase your defense by 2. I think we've seen that before. I think we had that maybe at one point. I don't know. I mean, 2% defense is effectively 2% max HP. I don't know if it's any good. But it's also like diminishing returns. If your health is low, higher defense isn't going to help you if you're not also healing, so maybe it's not that great if you're outside of healing comp. Cobra's Reach, 10% speed. Your attacks poison your target, dealing 5 damage every 3 seconds for the rest of combat. Ignores defense and shields. That's not bad. I wouldn't mind throwing it on him, getting a little more speed. A little more damage over time. Tower Shield, plus 75 health. At the start of combat, gain 30 frail defense. Protected. So it can't be removed or prevented by enemies. And frail is attackers reduce the value of this effect by 5. Multiple frail effects are all reduced when attacked. Okay, so it breaks the shield eventually. So you start off with 30 more defense, and then it goes down over time. That doesn't seem great. I think I'll just take the Cobra's Reach. Now, as for who to put it on, that brings him to 1.9. That brings him to 1.6. So it's 0.2 either way. His attacks apply more burns. His attacks apply a burn for 18. His attacks apply a burn for 26. His damage is a lot higher now, so we'll just leave it there. As for the ability, can I see what the upgraded ability does? Is there a way to do that? Ah, yes. Wild Burst will go from 4 times to 8 times. That's literally double damage. This one gets 1.5 times damage. But it's 1.5 times possibly a bigger number, depending on how much burn they have on them. And this one is equal to your defense plus 200. That's okay. I think we're just going to put it on the Wild Mage, though. We're pretty stacked on the Wild Mage. I think we want to keep it that way. Yeah. I'm liking this so far. So next, we can jump to this battle, and hit this elite, because if those all give upgrades, I'm pretty interested. The 3 little lizards. Alright, this guy, lizard runs when defeated. Your allies get a bunch of bonus attack. Okay. Ankle attack, deal damage, reduce speed. Sure. Attackers take damage and their defense is reduced by 1. And Lizard Commander, enemy active abilities costs are increased by 5. MP every 3 seconds. Okay, so that's where an assassin would come in handy. Yeah, we're just gonna do it. I don't think there's much to switch around. We're just gonna get in there and hope our numbers are bigger than that. Oh yeah. Yeah, that mage. That mage is popping off. Popping. Alright, we got a Bottled Blizzard. All enemies gain 3 frost and have their attack reduced by 25 for 6 seconds. Nice. 10 gold, 3 more morale. When your target is defeated... Okay, so that's another Primal Thirster. Bound elements every 3 times you attack. Apply either frost or burn for 50% attack damage. You gotta be attacking a lot for that to be good. Maybe, like, stacking these, or maybe if it's upgraded, maybe it's good. I don't know. 10% speed, 5 defense. Okay. Well, we don't have 3 items on everybody. I think getting 3 items on everybody is worth it, although maybe taking the gold stash is just better. The nice part about this is it says when your target is defeated, not when you defeat your target. So if we put this on this guy, it should trigger... It's only for 4 seconds, though, man. I don't know. Isn't just flat 10% speed better? It's a tough one. He just ramps up his speed. It's funny because it says his DPS is lower, but I'm not sure it takes into account your ability. Let's see here. Maybe I just take the gold. None of these are super exciting. Bound Element seems really bad. Maybe I'm crazy, but... Especially since the Frost Orb. If it's Frost and a Burn, I'd be more excited. Maybe upgraded it is. I don't know. You know what? Let's just take the Primal Thirster. I don't want to spend too long thinking this through. Normal battle. Your party will give up mid-combat if your morale falls to 0. Oh, good to know. Posy Posse. This guy. Reduce start... Yeah, okay. Poison your target for a lot. Poison your target for a lot. And heal allies. Okay, so... And adjacent. Yeah, so we're going to do this thing again, where we switch these guys. Everything will target the Paladin, but these guys can hopefully blast that guy down. We might suffer one morale loss if the Paladin takes too much damage, but I'm fine with that. If that happens, yeah, there's one morale. That's fine. Okay, so you gain... Okay. So they're not a net value. If you lose anybody, you don't gain morale. Good to know. Attacks cause your target to bleed. Attacks burn your target. So that's not bad. Bonus speed. More burn. Me likey. What would I replace? We can swap those. I don't know that it matters too much. Actually, maybe I do that. This guy gets really fast, so his attacks burning the target just gives me another source of burn. Or do I want to do poison? 20 damage over 10 seconds is 2 damage a second, 5 damage over 3 seconds, but it's every attack, and it goes to, you know what? We're just going to do this. That seems better. I'm not going to crunch the numbers. Let's move on to the next fight. It's an elite. Oh, that's a big old spooter. Cave Crawler. Okay. As usual, immune to stun, disarm, silence. 1500 HP and 170 defense. Also pretty slow attack, but he does a booty ton of damage. Hardened Carapace. Gain 150 frail defense. Okay, so that goes away as we hit it. That's a lot of defense, though. Okay, attackers take 10 piercing damage. Jeez. All right. Poison your target and an adjacent enemy for 50% attack damage every 3 seconds. Reduce the speed of enemies hit by 30% for 5 seconds. That's pretty gnarly active. He is targeting down here, so we can swap this. He's still targeting down there. Everybody's targeting over here. Seems fine to me. Guess he's less squishy to be the next target. I don't know. This seems fine. So much damage. I don't know if I need one of these. So far, it's looking pretty good. Nice. Yeah, we popped him. Ooh, ability orb. I don't like 30% chance to apply frost. It's not exciting to me. None of these look really good. We're just going to take the gold. Look to buy better items in the shop, hopefully. Which we will have a chance to go to before the boss. Can I apply this to the same guy? Goes from 8 times to 12 times. So, I don't want to say it's diminishing returns. It's not a 50% increase anymore since it is a flat 4 times. But it's still pretty good. Yeah, I mean, we're just going to max him out. It's a max upgrade, so it seems pretty good. Wild mages are deeps. Alright, looks like we're on to the event. Defense can reduce below 0, continuing to increase damage taken. Good to know. Let's see here. The heroes discover an overturned caravan. As they approach, shadowy figures dart off into the distance. Man, Oh, thank the Astronarch. You adventurers came along. I owe you my life. Please, if you're willing to help me get my caravan back in working shape, you can take any item from my stock. Okay. Select an upgraded item. All heroes start with 25% less max HP. Next combat. Is my next combat a boss? I probably don't want to do that. Or lose 7 morale. I don't know how much morale winds up mattering. If we can get flawless victories, our morale will be fine. We're just going to intimidate the guy. Yeah, so much for heroes. The hero's eyes glaze over as a faint whisper echoes on the wind. They insist that a debt is already owed, as the man's life was spared. A life that could so easily be forfeit once more. The man offers no resistance. Kind of a bit douchey, but hey, whatever. Apply a poison to attackers for 6 damage every 3 seconds. Oh, man. And 30 defense? Okay, so I'm probably taking that to upgrade something for the paladin. He doesn't really need the hex bag. Oh, the hex bag is solid, though. He doesn't need the primal thirster. Upgraded stun bar, but becomes a 40% chance to stun. Still don't want the stunning thing. Yeah, we're taking the safety slime. That seems really strong. And hop into this elite battle. Oh, this guy. I lost this guy in the last one. Alright, same dealio. He's starting there. But this guy, I don't believe it just says all enemies, so I want to go back to this setup that I had. And once again, immune to stun, disarm, silence. Attackers gain MP, which is so insane. I mean, that seems completely bonkers for the Wild Mage. Heal for 40% of any enemy healing effects, which I don't have any. This is why this guy dunked on me last time. It's because I had a full healing comp and I couldn't kill him. And then Guardian's Roar, deal 90 attack damage and 90 piercing attack damage to all enemies. Piercing goes through defense and shields. Seems fine. Let's do it. This guy should die basically super fast because I don't have a healing comp and I have a Wild Mage, and it seems like his weakness is the Wild Mage. Oh, yeah. Seems pretty good. Ooh, we unlocked the Bard. And Fable, whatever that is. Flawless victory, 3 morale, 43 gold, and an ability orb, which is great. There's a lot of defensive, like, shield popping abilities, which seems like not a bad idea. When losing 20% of your max HP to a single hit, gain a shield equal to 5% of your max HP and deal 30 piercing damage to all enemies. Unique, you can only equip 1 item with this name at a time. 100 HP, healing received is increased by 15%. That could have been good with the healing build, but I never saw it. 15 starting MP, and at the start of combat, gain 150 shield. I don't know that I care about any of these, to be completely honest. It's only 25 gold, though. I don't need another item. Is there anything I'd want to replace? I mean, I can lose some damage. Now that this guy's damage is all upgraded, I can start converting this guy probably to some more defensive things. And I don't know if reducing the attack and defense of all enemies is that great anymore. Maybe the hex bag just really isn't cutting the mustard. I don't know if this passive ability will ever trigger, but I don't mind the extra just like flat stats. 50 HP and 10 defense. I mean, he does scale off defense, right? Didn't I have a thing that scaled off defense? Yeah, the shield that he gives. Could have sworn he had an item at one point. I probably never took it. Whatever. It's probably one of the items I was considering. 5% of your max HP. Max HP. So 10% would be, what, 75? So 5% would be half of that. That's a tiny shield. Tiny shield. And the AoE damage is kind of piddling. Actually, it's really not that piddling if there's a lot of enemies, but I don't know, defense gauntlet actually doesn't seem that good. Not gonna lie. 100 HP. This is tough. $15 starting MP. Honestly, I'm just gonna take the gold. Let's move on. Alright, this cannot be upgraded anymore. He's maxed. So we can go here or we can go here. And an extra 100 shield every not that many seconds. Or more damage. I like more damage. Let's keep doing damage. We can hit this merchant. We have 203 gold. Let's do that. How does everyone draw the shopkeeper as this like weird hidden? I swear, like this is like such a classic thing here. Is the shopkeeper being drawn, kind of looking a little derpy, or not derpy, like this hooded, mysterious figure. Anyway, attackers have a 25% chance to grant you a minor blessing, which is a small increase to attack, defense, or speed, or heal over time effect. That doesn't seem that great. 25% chance. I imagine if you upgrade it enough, it comes to like a 75% chance. But every 5 times you attack, gain 1 negate. Reduce the cost of your active ability by 3 each time it is used. Kind of tailor-made for the Wild Mage, no? I mean, right now the coverage reach isn't really doing anything for him, so that's not a bad pickup. Maybe we can take that and then upgrade it. Potion, all enemies lose MP. All enemies take piercing damage. Remove a random negative effect from all heroes. Or Final Bastion, at the start of a combat, and every 5 seconds, gain a shield equal to 150% of your defense. Unique. A lot of shield gaining, but you know what? I don't hate it. I really don't hate it. Maybe we take that and replace the Hex Bag now. I know I can get rid of this. Every 5 seconds. You know what? Let's get rid of this too. If I get rid of that, he doesn't really need to be doing a ton of damage, right? This is upgraded. No, let's sell that. Let's buy that. Ooh, doggy, that's a lot of gold. It's 100 to upgrade. What's this look like upgraded? Can I see? I can't see. You can't see what it looks like. I guess you have to like look in the item thing here. Oh, ancient. This thing. You go to 300% of your defense. So it would be a 240 HP shield, which is pretty big, every 5 seconds and at the start of combat, in addition to the shielding he gives. That could be worth it. I mean, we're trying to make him as tanky as possible. This doesn't give any stats, though, which is worth noting. Is there anything with, like, a bunch of defense or health on it? That has a bunch of health. And he gets attacked a lot, so maybe the Fool's Crown is worth it. Sell that. I'd symbiote. Sell that, but buy the Jester's Crown. Do I have enough to upgrade anything? I do not. Can I sell these? I only use them, right? 15. You know, I don't really need to upgrade anything else. I should be selling my orbs. It sells for 10. Not worth it. Let me just buy another potion. All enemies take a ton of damage. 225. Yeah, I mean, I may as well. I have the gold. We got a boss fight coming up. Do I want the event or a normal battle? Normal battle will give me like a random crappy item, possibly good, usually crappy item. Event can give me, who knows? Let's do it. Let's see. Here's discovered an ancient ominous altar with an odd energy in the air. There's an orb sitting atop the altar. It reads, "Power is given as easily as it's taken in turn." Sazak, a Grand Wraith. Gain an ability orb. All heroes lose 4 attack permanently. I mean, that seems really busted. Or gain 5% speed for... The ability orb is basically going to convert to gold, because I'm probably not... I could use it on the Pyromancer, actually. 4 attack, but yeah. 4 attack does not matter to me. Wait, why is that blue? Oh, to improve their... Oh, no! Okay. I don't know about oh, no, but that's interesting. I know... I didn't know you could get ability orbs for passive abilities. Okay. Deals 40 damage over 10. God, I probably don't want this at all. That deals 25 over 10 seconds, and that is a slightly bigger shield. And more damage each time a shield is depleted. I mean, yeah, I gotta upgrade that, right? We stacking them. Boss battle. Let's get it. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? This thing. I fought this thing before. This is what killed me. Immune to stun, disarm, and silence. 2400 HP. 1.9 attack speed. 68 MP. Okay. His attacks Kill my healing. Once again, that's why I lost with the healing-based build. Weird. And then apply a bleed for 20% attack damage, so 36 damage over 10 seconds. Bleed ignores defense and shields, just like poison. So it deals 36 damage over 10 seconds, about 3.6 damage a second. Okay. Feast every 68 mana. Deal 10% piercing attack damage, so 18. That goes through armor. That's great that I have a guy that only deals in defense and shields, and this guy completely ignores defense and shields. I guess his normal attack, though, will get absorbed by shields. Whatever. For every bleed effect on the target, and consume a positive effect, healing for 15% max HP. He doesn't hit AoE, though, so let's do it. Not much to see here. I'm pretty sure we're just going to Riggedy wreck him with the Wild Mage. Because it turns out when you only have one target and you're shooting off 12 missiles, it's a lot of damage. Wild Mage seems pretty good, I'm not going to lie. I mean, so far. That's a lot of damage. Brawler, the Beast, and a Ruffian. I don't know what those are, but we'll check them later. 3 morale, 41 gold. We get Holy Water. All heroes gain Divine. Oh, wow. That seems okay. I don't know, 2.5 seconds is a lot. We also get an ability orb for each type there, which is great. Select a reward. Pharaoh's Mark. For every 25 gold you have, apply a minor curse to a random enemy at the start of combat. So if I don't want to spend any of my gold, if I'm like, nah, I'm happy, then we could just spew out minor curses. Wait, was the boss immune to curse? I don't remember. Anyway, Headdress of Fear, your active ability increases your attack by 12. I mean, that obviously seems completely insane on the Wild Mage, who spams his ability. And his ability deals damage based on his attack damage. Oh, lordy lord. Alright, I mean, I would replace the Symbiote, because that's the least useful of them. That seems really good. Reverie Totem also just seems kind of insane, but Reverie Totem seems more insane for, like, more drawn-out fights. I don't know, maybe it's not that good. 40 gold, also nice. Pharaoh's Mark. I wonder how, like, I guess I can just start stockpiling gold, and it's pretty solid. Where would I put it, though? I guess I would replace, like, oh, probably Primal Thirster. It's not that amazing. He's just going to spew out. See, he says a small reduction. I don't know what that actually means, right? I don't know how much a small reduction is. Do I need more damage? I feel like I want more damage. You know what? Let's go with the Pharaoh's Mark. Let's try some. Oh, hello. Auto progresses. What do we got here? End of the act. Nice. Game crashed. Hells to the end. Oh, can I even get out of it? Well, that was unexpected. Hopefully it saves it. Right. Well, that's 48 minutes anyway on the video. Go ahead and cut it here, and yeah, we'll be back. Hopefully, if the game is not permanently crashing, I will be recording more of this. This game's pretty sweet. Yeah, and we'll see if it saved any of that progress. Presumably, the achievements at least saved. So, I don't know. Catch you guys next time.